What is up, YouTube? Today is back day, and I'm heading over to Powerhouse Gym to go train. Game plan for the workout today, I was probably going to start off with some conventional deadlifts. I mentioned this in yesterday's video, but today was going to be the first day of my back and hamstring split. But unfortunately, my hamstrings are pretty sore, and I think I indirectly hit them when I was squatting the other day for quads. And that kind of sucks because now I don't want to do any sort of hamstring movement. I just feel like when they're sore, why train them? Like, I don't want to get injured. And being that deadlifts is pretty hamstring dominant off the ground, I'm definitely not going to be doing any conventional deadlifts. So I'm just going to do my regular back workout today, just back and triceps. Probably am going to start off with rack pulls, though. I really like to start off with that heavy compound. And you might be wondering, why are you going to do rack pulls and not just deadlifts? And rack pulls do a phenomenal job of really taking off a lot of stress on your hamstrings. Being that you're starting the pull from higher up, you're not going to be using as much hamstring to really get the weight up. You'll be using most of your upper back. But that's probably where I'm going to be starting my back day today. Before that, I'll probably do a couple sets of assisted pull-ups just to get my lats nice and warm and kind of primed for the heavy rack pulls that are to come. But after rack pulls, I'll probably move over into a barbell row and then probably stretch out with a bunch of other rows, probably more underhand grip rows. A big goal of mine is to really grow my lower lats and to really have my lats show from the front. I say this all the time, but you can tell you have a big back from the back, but you'll know you have a big back if you could see your lats peeking out through the front. That is freaking sick when you see that. But the only way to really grow your lats is by doing a lot of rows and a lot of underhand grip rows too. If you really want to start seeing your lat insertions lower and you want to build that crazy V taper, those underhand grip rows are going to really do some tremendous progress for you. So after some barbell rows, I'm probably going to be doing some lat pull downs with a reverse grip, as well as some V-bar rows where I'm going to row the weight pretty low and get a really nice squeeze down by my belly button. And then probably finish off with some lat pull downs, either on the machine or with just the rope. We'll see. And then I'm going to finish, once I'm finished with back, I'll jump into my tricep movements, which will probably just consist of some V-bar extensions and some skull crushers. Nothing too crazy for triceps today. I kind of just like to get a little bit of a pump with them after the back workout. Nothing too crazy, because I will be hitting them again later in the week. And yeah, that's basically the game plan. I'm drinking my pre-workout now. It is only 8:30 at the moment, so it's not too late for me not to take my pre. And I am taking the Mother Bucker pre-workout. I was talking about it yesterday. I think yesterday I accidentally said mango flavor, but it's actually pineapple flavor. But I haven't drinking it yet, and I'm rolling up on the gym, so I gotta start drinking this thing. But this flavor is actually pretty good. I'm not a big pineapple fan in terms of flavored drinks. I just think they're usually too sweet. But this one isn't too bad. So if you like pineapple, definitely give it a shot. If not, don't get it. But it has a crazy amount of beta-alanine in there, which makes me literally feel like I want to rip my face off. But I really like the beta-alanine. I think I talk about this a lot, but it just makes me feel like I want to get moving. Honestly, just after that one sip right there, I already feel it in my lips. So yeah, if you like that beta-alanine itch, definitely think about think about getting some of this. It's really high in beta-alanine count. I think it's got 6 grams or something like that. But that's basically the game plan. If you watched the past videos and you were looking forward to seeing some deadlifts, I'm sorry for the letdown, but just know rack pulls will be in today's video if everything feels well warming up. And conventional deadlifts will be making their appearance probably next week. I'm going to try to maybe do some closer stance squats. Maybe that'll help with taking some tension off of the hamstrings. But I'm rolling up on the gym now, and I will see you all for the first work set of back. Peace out. What is going on, everybody? So I'm starting off my back workout here with some rack pulls. And if you've watched my back day videos in the past, you'll know that the rack is usually a lot higher. And being that it's higher, I can definitely do more weight. But I really wanted to get more lat activation at the bottom of the rep as well as the top. So I dropped the pins on the rack a little bit, allowing me to get a little bit more range in motion and get a bit more back activation throughout this movement. As you could see right there, that 25-pound plate had a bit of a mission to absolutely try to interfere with my set, but I did not let it distract me. I still kept pushing through the set, but that was a gallon of water that just spilled all over the gym floor that I had to clean up after. But like I was saying, these rack pulls felt really, really nice on my upper back. And I highly suggest everybody doing these if you want to get the upper back development of a deadlift, but you don't want to target your hamstrings as much. It's also healthier for your lower back to be picking up from a higher positioning rather than off the floor. So if you have any lower back issues or you train hamstrings close to your back workout and you feel like you can never deadlift because your hamstrings are sore, definitely give rack pulls a shot. They feel really, really nice, and it definitely results in some nice upper back growth and development. But after rack pulls, I'm moving over into some barbell rows right here. I'm really just trying to keep the tension high on my upper back today, just doing nonstop reps. You won't see me stop at the bottom for too long. I'm really just trying to keep that tension on the upper back the entire time, getting a nice squeeze every single rep. Every single rep, I really try to imagine squeezing my shoulder blades together, really just pumping as much blood and getting the full contraction on the upper back the entire time. As you can see right here, I'm doing a little bit of a rest pause set. And if you don't know what a rest pause set is, it's when you do as many reps as you possibly can and just rest for about 10-15 seconds just to get a little bit of rest in, and then do another little set of as many reps as you can again. And you just always are able to squeeze out a few more reps past failure. Rest pause sets, cluster sets, they're all great ways to go past failure if you don't have a spot. After some upper back rows with the barbell, I'm moving over now into some underhand grip lat pull downs, and these feel phenomenal for the lower lats. A lot of the times I feel like you can do this movement and feel it a lot in your biceps, and that is probably because you're staying too vertical. The more vertical your upper back stays, the more you are going to be using your biceps. So if you lean back slightly and really just think about rowing with your elbows and just bringing your elbows straight down, you'll do a really, really nice job of targeting your lower lats the entire time. And I could confidently say that I don't feel any bicep like stress or any bicep fatigue at the end of this, just due to leaning back a little bit and really trying to row with my elbows, and I'm getting a really, really nice lower lat activation and lower lat squeeze. As I've said in the car, growing my lower lats is a huge, huge goal for me. I really, really want to bring them out. That way they pop more from a front double bicep. And I can definitely say that doing this movement right here has definitely shown a lot of improvement, has resulted in a lot of improvement in my lower lats. So I did 2 sets of those, and now, as you could see, I'm going to be doing more of a neutral grip lat pull down. I saw this bar attachment on the side, and I honestly was just thinking to myself, for the past couple back days, I might give it a shot because it looked pretty good, and I feel like having a neutral grip, especially in terms of growing your lats, could be very beneficial. And let me tell you right here that this is going to be included into all of my back workouts from now on. It's more of a close grip neutral lat pull down, and being that it's closer grip, I feel like I get a really, really nice back activation, and all these reps felt super duper nice. I was able to go pretty heavy at the start right here, and now I'm just having my friend spot me a few past failure. Just getting a really, really nice squeeze. As you could see, I'm using wrist wraps on every single movement during my back training. Again, if you don't use wrist wraps, your forearms are definitely going to limit how much you can do. So why would you limit yourself, and why would you fatigue your forearms when you're trying to train back? So definitely pick up a pair of wrist wraps if you don't have them. Because in a bodybuilding context, when you're training back, you really only want to fatigue your back. You don't want any other muscles kind of hindering your progress. But after some of those neutral grip lat pull downs, I'm moving over now into another low row. As you could see from the kind of set breakdown and workout, like exercise breakdown of this workout, I got all of my upper back movements done in the beginning. And now everything is just really lat and lower lat based rowing movements. So any sort of like a low row, like this one right here, is going to be great for your lower lats, as well as any sort of underhand grip row that's going to do a phenomenal job of targeting those lower lats and making you look more wide in a sense. But those felt really, really nice there. I wasn't really going too heavy. I was really just going more slow and controlled, really just trying to hit 15 nice slow reps. And I'm taking that same mentality into this high row machine right here. I'm really not going to, I am going to failure, but I'm not really trying to fail in terms of weight. I'm really just trying to pump up the muscle as much as I can. I got my heavy movements done in the beginning with rack pulls and barbell rows, and that's where that heavy lifting was. But now it's the end of the workout. Really now my main goal is just getting a good pump, really just getting all that volume in, getting a nice stretch at the top, really stretching out that muscle and just pumping it up with as much blood as possible. Again, just going light, slow, and controlled. Sorry about that. My mic cut out, and I'm currently in the car for the rest of this voiceover, so I apologize if the audio sounds a bit messed up. But this was a really nice finishing movement. I was able to get a really good stretch at the top, and I really like getting more of a stretch movement done for back at the end, just to really kind of stretch everything out after a ton of rows, and it felt really nice. But after that, I'm moving over into a bit of hamstrings now. I know I mentioned in the car that my hamstrings were sore, and that's the reason why I didn't deadlift, but my rationalization for that was basically I could have definitely injured myself if I conventional deadlifted pretty heavy. I think that like if I were to be deadlifting in the 500 pounds, something definitely could happen in terms of my hamstrings. I could definitely pull something. But just doing a little hamstrings at the end, some like light RDLs. These are only 90-pound dumbbells, so it's only 180 pounds rather than higher 500s. So doing this, I didn't feel like I was at as much risk in terms of hurting my hamstrings, and it was more of an isolation movement where I just feel like, again, injury would not have occurred, which it didn't. But after that, I'm moving over now into some seated hamstring curls. Again, same rationalization as doing RDLs. My hamstrings were a little bit sore, but the weight that I was doing wasn't too heavy for anything serious to happen. I was really just trying to stretch it out and get some blood into the muscle. And honestly, being that they were sore, it honestly felt really nice to train them just to get some extra blood to the muscle. And I feel like it could have helped with the recovery process of them. But on hamstring curls right here, I really like to stress not to really curl your legs too aggressive, because if you have a really aggressive start, you can build up a shit ton of momentum, and it could definitely affect how good of a squeeze you get at the bottom. So if you start the movement nice and slow, you can really just control and hold that contraction in the hamstring the entire time. But this was the last hamstring movement of the day, and now I'm moving over into some triceps. This is the only tricep movement that I did today, just some V-bar extensions, and I supersetted them with V-bar skull crushers. You'll see the whole set breakdown here now. This workout was extremely long, and I didn't feel like I really wanted to do too much more because I was really hungry. And once I start to get hungry in the gym, I just feel like I need to call it and go home. It's just means that the workout's getting too long. But I didn't really feel too bad about kind of having a shorter tricep workout today, because I am going to be hitting arms a bit later in the week. But that's basically it for the video. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all tomorrow for some shoulders. Peace out.